Hi BC Kids, this is Mr. Zach here, super duper excited to share a fun Bible story with you. We are going to be exploring that we can follow Jesus because of how good God is. And so we're going to look at a story today of one part of God's goodness. I'm going to pass it over to our narrator, Miss Lori.
The Bible tells us about a time when the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. Exciting things had just happened to them. They'd been freed from slavery, they'd crossed the Red Sea on dry land, but in the wilderness, nothing exciting was happening. In fact, they were really worried because as far as they could see, the wilderness didn't have any water to drink or food to eat. We can read in the Bible how God took care of them in Exodus 16 and 17. But right now, let's have some fun imagining that story and acting it out. Mr. Zach and Maddie and Nikki are going to have fun just like you can at home. So here we go. The Bible tells us that as the children of Israel were walking through the wilderness, they got really, really hungry. They told Moses, their leader, "We're starving. Where is our food?" The Lord told Moses, "Look, I'm going to rain down food from heaven for you each day. The people can go out and pick up as much food as they need for that day." And that's exactly what happened for 40 years. Every morning, 6 days in a row, the children of Israel would go outside and collect manna. Manna was little flakes of food, kind of like bread or cereal, that had fallen to the ground, and they would have enough to eat every single day. And on the seventh day, they would rest because they got double the day before. God cared that they were hungry, and He took care of them in the desert. The other thing they needed in the desert was something to drink. Have you ever been outside and gotten really, really thirsty? That's how the Israelites felt. They were really, really thirsty. And they told Moses, "We're thirsty. What are you going to do?" So, of course, Moses turned to the Lord. And the Lord told Moses, "Walk out in front of the people. Take your staff and stand in front of the rock at Mount Sinai." That was probably kind of confusing for Moses, but he obeyed. The Lord told him to hit the rock with his staff, and when he obeyed, water came gushing out. Guess what the Israelites did next? They got something to drink. And once again, God showed them that He cared for them and He would take care of them. Even in the desert, even when everything was hard, God cared for them. The end.
Wow, kids, wasn't that a fun story? And just like we acted it out here, you guys can act it out at home. All I did is I made this beard with paper and grabbed a hat from my closet, and those are actually Cheerios, not real manna. So you can do it at home with your family. So I loved getting to learn that we can follow Jesus because God always cares for us. It kind of reminds me of Jesus's teaching when He was with His disciples. He said, when you're outside and you see a bird flying in the air, I want you to think of this. They always have food. Or when you look at a flower in the field, I want you to think of this. It's so pretty. It doesn't even have to dress itself with great clothes. And just like these, God loves you even more. I'm always going to give you food and clothes to wear. So don't worry. I'm always going to take care of you. So God's promise to us is that we can follow Him. We can follow Jesus because He's always there to take care of us. And we're going to post some really fun things for you to do as a family this week. But one thing we're going to start today is I've got Miss Maddie right here, and she's going to share a challenge with you that you can do right now.
Thanks, Mr. Zach. The family challenge for this week is to be the hands and feet of God. So pray with your family and see how you can help God care for others. Some examples of things you could do are writing a letter for your grandma who probably really misses you, dropping a gift off on your neighbor's porch, or drawing a picture for somebody. We will check back up with you guys on Facebook later this week to see how your challenge is going.
Thank you all. Have a great week. We love you. And be sure to get creative like this and do the story at home. Bye, guys.